Hi, Liam from Darwin and The Finches. Before we get started, I just want to ask you all if you wouldn't mind subscribing to our channel. Hit the button down below, hit that little bell icon as well so you get all notifications of our latest videos. And yeah, if you want to ask me any questions, then stick them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them as we go along. But I keep getting asked questions all the time. Um, the same ones come up, so this is our little frequently asked questions page, really. But if there's anything you want to know, just shoot us a comment, and I'll gladly answer it for you if I can. No, I've not always played drums. Started off in the school band playing euphonium, which is a baritone brass instrument, not quite as big as a tuba, but as bigger than the tenor horn. And then I moved over to trombone, uh, just because I wanted to hang out with my mate a bit more. We didn't know what we were doing on the trombone. We just used to make it up a bit until it got to a bit where we had to carry the melody, and we did pretty well at memorising those parts, so we just used to blast them out and then sit back and play as quietly as possible for the rest of it. Yeah, it massively helped, um, mostly because we were really lucky in our school to have access to the music room at break time and dinner times if we were in the band. So it really helped. I mean, I had two amazing music teachers that just support us all the time. And I think in the 5 years of going to that school, there's only two break times or dinner times that we got told to shut up from playing the drums. So really, really lucky that way. So absolutely helped massively. And the people I went to school with, we had a bit of a group of us that all just used to knock about on the drums, and we sort of learned from each other. One of the older lads would come in and go, "Oh, I've learned this," or "I've picked this up," and show us, and we pick a bit up. Um, yeah, he was a great guy, great musician called Ian, who's seen him knocking around quite a lot in bands over the years and what have you, and he played everything. So yeah, it's great experience to learn from people like that with a passion for music, and like I said, music teachers are amazing for us as well. I never actually had any lessons at school. I I was, we were just sort of knocking about informally between us, just kind of what you call self-taught, I guess, but just picking up between us. Self-taught's a bit of a prissy word for me. I don't think anyone's really self-taught. You just take your influences and learn that way. You've got to have the source material. But yeah, I was sort of self-taught, if you will, for about 8 years until I went to drum tech in London. Um, it's moved now. It used to be in Acton in West London. It's moved down to South West London. I've had a great time there. Learnt so much. I was only supposed to do a year, but I enjoyed my time so much that I ended up doing 4 years. I even got a degree out of it. So just goes to show anything's possible if you're in the right subject. Um, yeah, I'm sure I'll miss loads of people out on this. There's just so many great drummers, aren't there? So many great players, so many people that I've taken influences from over the years. So in no particular order, and I'm sorry if I missed some out that I think of later. But the first one that comes to mind is Tico Torres from Bon Jovi. Now, not an obvious choice really for a drummer to pick. Tico, he gets overlooked quite a bit, but Bon Jovi, one of the first bands I got into as a pre-teen. Another friend of mine, he got me into them, early 90s, and I just love his playing, man. He's great, plays the music so well. He's inventive, he's creative, it's just good stuff. Um, Obviously, I've grown up with the likes of John Bonham, Ian Pace. My dad was a big Deep Purple fan, so I listened to a lot of Deep Purple in my formative years as well. And we, yeah, got the lead out every now and again, and obviously John Bonham's awesome. Dave Grohl sticks out in my mind, being absolutely massive. I started playing drums probably a month or so after Kurt Cobain shot himself. So Nirvana was sort of bigger news than ever, really. And just listen to, In Utero and Nevermind, amazing albums, great drumming on it, and seeing the videos and watching MTV and just seeing this long-haired guy just absolutely leathering the drum kit is amazing. So yeah, I like Dave Grohl a lot. Um, Trey Cool from Green Day, he was great. When Dookie came out again, that just blew my ears off. I used to listen to that before a gig just to get me up for it, and yeah, what a great album that is. Dom Howard from Muse, another great one, and one of my favourite drummers from the 90s as well, the Britpop scene. Um, I always think of Britpop as being a bit my heyday. But Oscar Harrison from Ocean Colour Scene, one of the best musicians out there for me. Absolute stunning drummer, stunning musician, plays the part so well, and he looks so cool, man. I wish I could look at even a quarter as cool as Oscar Harrison looks, because he's just the man. And lately, I say lately, I got into Elvis Costello around early 2000s, and Pete Thomas, everything he plays just blows me away. What a drummer he is as well. He's still great now. I went to see Elvis Costello play at Manchester Apollo a few years ago, and yeah, what a great show that was. And Pete Thomas, great drummer. And I also have to give a massive shout out to Tom Meadows, one of my teachers when I was down at Drum Tech in London. And his career has just gone from strength to strength since sort of the mid 2000s, and yeah, been a massive influence on me, personality wise as well as playing. So yeah, big shout out to Tom as well. Yeah, I play music because I have to. Um, Not like I have to breathe or I have to eat and I have to drink water, but I have to play music. It's good for my soul. It really lifts a burden off me, and there's nothing else like it. But there's kind of two sides to playing drums. I had to stop playing a couple of years ago because all I was doing was playing in covers bands week in, week out, and it just sort of destroyed me. I wasn't being creative, didn't have that outlet. Um, so for me, it's playing original music, stuff that we've written, stuff that we've done. It's just, yeah, it just means everything to me. Um, I still do the odd covers gig now. I play with a bunch of lads. Actually, one of my old music teachers is a bass player, and that's a great laugh. I do 2 or 3 gigs a year with them, just when they need helping out, and that's a laugh. But that's enough for me on that. Original music's where it's at, and yeah, I couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. Definitely, without a shadow of doubt, it's the friends I've made through music. Um, I've got lifelong friends just because I can hit something with a piece of wood. Basically, it's amazing fellowship of musicians. You just meet people, even people you don't know that well. You do sort of know them that well. You can just strike up a conversation in a pub just because you've seen each other around on the scene, or you know, you know someone who knows them, so you're welcomed in. It's a bit of a, you know, um, I was going to say brotherhood, but it's not, because it's not just boys. It's you know, it's everybody, and so lucky to be a musician. It's just because everybody's included. Oh, the worst thing is carrying a drum kit about. It's horrible. Um, I don't know if you've ever tried to pick up a hardware case when it's been loaded, especially after a gig. After the gig's worse than going into a gig. You just want to go home. Um, but yeah, the hardware case is a nightmare. There's so many bits to it. It's just a nightmare to carry. It's a pain. But the positives outweigh the negatives, obviously, and that's why I've been doing it for the last 26 years or so. Quick fire round. Buffalo chicken wings. Pray by MC Hammer. Soundgarden, Manchester Apollo. Euphonium. the youth club at St George's High School is on a Thursday night, I think. I'll check out my rig rundown for that. The link will be in the comments below. Yeah, just have a watch through that. Anything else you want to know, mention it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. But don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. We'll see you out on the road sometime.